after scouring every major chain's nutrition facts, I've found the top 10 best fast food items for pastors to eat on a diet. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what those are, what makes them good options, and then a few tips at the end that you can make this your own and then find your own things as well that would work for you. So let's just dive right in. So the problem is that real life competes with your diet, doesn't it? So I have 2 kids. I pastor full time. My wife works full time, and I run a business. And that means that I don't have time for homemade meals every single day. And I definitely don't have time and money to pay for a private chef. So often it's easier to eat fast food with my schedule. And the problem with that is that usually means nuking my nutrition goals for the rest of the day. So here's the thing. I needed fast food options that don't stink. I needed things that have a 10 to 15 calories per gram ratio. So what this means is that every gram of protein that you eat is tied to a total amount of calories in that food. So you might eat a 100-calorie, protein bar, and if it's got 10 grams, then that ratio is 1 to 10, or 10 calories to 1 gram. So what we need is a 10 to 15 calories per gram ratio. And so this is kind of my golden rule. If I can find something while I'm eating out in that range, then this is great. Now, most protein foods, most like high protein foods, what I would consider high protein is anywhere from 5 calories per gram all the way up to 10 calories per gram. And so here is the pastor list of protein. So I want you guys to enjoy this. And PS, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can download this list for free by joining the Fit Pastor Blueprint. And let me just show you a little spoiler alert. There's actually a full list that's even more items that I compiled, but that wouldn't fit within the 10, so we'll just keep going back. All right, so go to school.com/thefitpastorblueprint if you want that full list. Here is the solution to my problem, the pastor list of fast food protein. So here we go. Number 1, the single best thing that you can get is the Lord's chicken from Chick-fil-A. If you get that 8-count grilled nuggets, that has 130 calories for 25 grams of protein, meaning this comes out, if you divide 130 by 25, this comes out to a 5.2 calories per gram ratio. If you can find something that has this ratio, this is less than 10, meaning this is like 3 times better than my max. This is awesome. This is amazing. You want this kind of calorie ratio for your protein foods. Now, another option here is, of course, this is an 8 count. It's going to be the same if you get just more food. If you're a little bit hungrier, then you can get the 12 count. That works too. And I just actually ate, I just ate the normal nuggets, the fried nuggets. Those are a great option too. You don't have to just stick with the grilled. Both will work. Okay, number 2 is the Chick-fil-A grilled filet. This is a total of 110 calories for 21 grams of protein, very close in number to the nuggets, and that also comes out to a 5.2 ratio, which follows because it's the same food, just bigger. Now, number 3 is kind of surprising. I didn't expect much from Wendy's, but here we go. The 4-piece chicken nuggets, again, you can scale this up. You can double that order. You can get more if you want. But the normal 4-piece nuggets comes out to 114 calories with 11 grams of protein for a 10.4 calorie to protein ratio. So this is kind of like, this is my favorite. If I'm on a cut, if I'm really having to watch my calories, then 10 is kind of the max. So this is about the highest that I would want to go. I probably wouldn't want to go much past number 3 here, although you definitely can if you have a little bit of extra forethought and planning. Number 4 is the Raising Cane's chicken finger. And this comes out to 140 calories, 13 grams of protein for a 10.7 calorie to protein ratio. Number 5 is the Arby's half-pound roast beef. This is one of my favorites. It's big, it's meaty, and it tastes good. It's simple. What I really like to do is, if you've ever seen that Beano's sub dressing, if you pour a little bit of that on this roast beef, it really takes it up a notch. The Beano's company also has a Nashville hot chicken sub dressing, so that's a good option on this too. It's 610 calories, so definitely a lot higher than anything else we've seen so far, but it also packs almost for most people, like this is a third of their protein for the day, or like a quarter of their protein for the day. Now, it's a little bit higher, so 12.7 isn't the best ratio in the world, but it's definitely not terrible. Sonic, number 5, is the 5-piece crispy tenders. Again, just like the nuggets, just like the chicken finger from Cane's, you can always scale this up. You can double up that order if you need more food. But that's 430 calories, 35 grams of protein for a 12.3 calorie to protein ratio. Again, we're looking for anything between 10 and 15. 12 is right in the middle there. Number 7, again, Wendy's coming in hot with the chili. They have a 253 calorie promise there, 19 grams of protein for a little bit higher, but still good, 13.3. Now, what I would recommend if I were you is combine this with their chicken nuggets, and now you have 11 plus 19. You have 30 grams of protein with a pretty reasonable, about 11 and a half, maybe 12 calorie to protein ratio for that entire meal. So you can get a Diet Coke, Coke Zero, something like that, and you can make off with a good meal. Don't make out with your meals. All right, Subway peppercorn ranch chicken protein pocket. Now, I've never tried this one. I've had everything else on the list, but not this one. So I don't know. I can't vouch for the flavor, but it does have a decent calorie ratio, 330 for 24 grams at a 13.8 calorie ratio. And then they also come in the 9th slot, and they have the Baja Chicken Protein Pocket. It's the exact same, actually, 330, 24, and the same 13.8. I think this one is slightly, like it's 13.8, then this one's like 13.82 or something, I don't know. But they're very close. And then number 10, again, Subway. Eat fresh with the Subway Club Wrap. So 690 calories, 48 grams of protein, and that's a 14.4 calorie to protein ratio. All 10 of these foods fit our goal of being within that 10 to 15 calories per gram ratio. And obviously, this is not the end of all of the fast food options. These are just the top 10 of the ones that I've found. I looked through 12 different chains: Subway, Sonic, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Burger King, you name it. I went through all of the big chains, even In-N-Out. And these are the top 10 that I found. You can definitely find other ones, and you can absolutely find your own menu that works in your area, which brings me to the implementation tips. So the first thing is just find the items that you have locally. If they're on this top 10, if you have that Subway or if you have that Chick-fil-A, that's the place to go. So find the places that you have locally and then modify them to your liking. So here's an underrated hack. You can absolutely change the calorie to protein ratio of your favorite foods. Order it without the bun, order it without the mayonnaise, order it without the extra cheese or the bacon or something like that. And now some of these items are going to change their calories, but the protein probably isn't going to change because most of the protein is coming from a meat. So if you can get, like, for instance, this Baja Chicken Protein Pocket, I don't know what makes it Baja, but if you can get it without the Baja, then it's probably going to cut down some of the calories, leaving you with the same protein, meaning you're able to eat more food throughout the day. Or maybe this is going to afford you a little bit more to justify a side that you order with it, something like that. So modify them to your liking. The more you can cut, the better the ratio. And finally, just log your food before you get to the restaurant. This is an underrated hack because when you walk in the restaurant or when you're in drive-thru and you see that big list, you already have in your mind what you should eat, but that's not always what you end up ordering. So what you need to do is log this in MyFitnessPal. If you're training with me, I got 2 slots left. Would love to see you there. But log it in Trainerize. And what that does is it shows you how much you have left to eat before you even get to the restaurant, and it helps you pre-make that decision. There's this concept called micro commitments. And if you do little things for somebody over an extended period of time, once they make a big ask, then you're much more likely to say yes. So that's why oftentimes, like when you're talking with a salesman or a car guy or something like that, he's going to ask you a bunch of questions to which the only natural answer is yes. Do you mind if we get started? Yes. Do you have that down in your notes? Yes. Are you ready for point number 2? Yes. All of these are micro commitments. You're saying yes along the journey. And then when he finally gets to the big question, how much does it cost? and it's like $1 billion. And you're like, yes, because you've already said it so many times. Same thing happens here. You can micro commit your way to a successful fast food trip. You can log it in your app, which opening the app takes a micro commitment. Finding the item, searching for it, that's a micro commitment. Logging it, hitting that check mark, that's a micro commitment. Driving to the store with the intent to order that, that's a micro commitment. And then by the time it's time to actually say your order to the girl on the other side of the speaker, you've made the commitment, and now all you have to do is say yes. So what this is doing is it's making it easier for you to succeed. It's not necessarily removing friction, it's just adding a little bit of oil to the road, so to speak. It makes it a little bit slicker, a little bit easier to get to the destination. So log your food before you get to the restaurant so that you're not tempted to change the order. And again, I'm going to post the rest of this list, the full list of 12 restaurant chains in our free community, school.com/fit-pastor-blueprint. You can get it there. I'm going to post it on this post. If you're in the community already, you can find it by the same title as what we were just in. And I hope to see you there. And if you would like to guarantee your results, always know what to eat and never have any questions and be perfectly the weight that you want to be within 12 seconds or less, sign up to train with me. I got 2 slots left for the magic transformation. Just kidding, can't promise that, but I can promise that you are going to get in the best shape of your life and it's going to be a great decision. Hopefully I'll see you in the community. Have a great day.